do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Isn't that a great shirt? I like it. Okay. Hi, people. I would normally record this video for Patreon. And I'm going to put it on Patreon anyway. But I only have one supporter right now. And I'm okay with that. I'm not coming on here to beg you to hop on over to my Patreon page and support me. Although you could, because I got lots of content over there that I won't put on Facebook because Facebook sucks with advertising me. And so there's that. But the reason I want to put this on here is because over the last week plus, I've been posting some personal information, some stuff that's been going on in my life. And so I just kind of wanted to give you a status update with my pretty face and my big forehead and let you know what has come of this. So to start, some of you may recall that I had posted about how my ex tried to run me over with his SUV, and that was scary and traumatic and wrecked me. And it was during a tumultuous episode with my son moving out, and that was really hard. And it had happened after I had had a tumultuous fight with my eldest daughter. She's a new mom and I'm a grandma. You can imagine what sparked all of that. Two queens fighting for the domain of the house, I guess. Reminds me of me and my mom. But as I stated, my husband called the police. We made a report. The cop showed up with a little legal pad and wrote down everything. Gave me a little torn piece of paper with the name of a women's shelter to contact, like I'd need a women's shelter. That was that. Didn't even get the police officer's card. I don't even remember his name. And that was that. My ex spoke to my daughter, and he has repeatedly expressed his remorse over it. Not directly to me, but that's okay because I don't think I want to communicate with him right now. But I don't think anything's going to happen. The justice system isn't just. It works for the rich, and that's about all it works for. If you have money, it works for you. If you don't have money, you're screwed. And beyond that, I don't want to pursue it. I really didn't even want to call the cops. I think the only reason my husband called the cops is because he felt like he had to call the cops. Like, what do you do when someone tries to run you over with the vehicle? And you have all these witnesses. Do you all just act like it didn't happen? Do you all just go, well, that was shitty? I mean, and my husband's the kind of guy that, like, does the right thing. Like, we live in this big, huge farm. And we have deer roaming all the time, right? And I always say, get your bow, go get me a deer. He doesn't have a license. He's not going to do that. He's not going to break the law. Not even on his own property. He is just loyal and honorable and always does the right thing. So I think that's why he called the cops. Like, he felt like he had to. Even though we do not have a good track record with police and this girl right here. Okay? My record, I don't know how long it is. You can Google it. I know it's available. I think I've even got mugshots available too. So he wanted to do the right thing. I didn't. Because I didn't think it was the right thing. Because I was still processing it all. And here's the thing. While I was processing, I wasn't like, that motherfucker. I can't believe he did that. Or I'm going to ruin his life. Or he's going to get karma. I was like, man, he must have been this angry at me for a long time. That was 20 plus years of pent up anger and contempt and betrayal and rage and probably confusion and jealousy and disappointment, all wrapped into what it transpired to be, choking and throwing and punching and running me over, or trying to. I was scared. I I had a panic attack. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop thinking about what would have happened if he didn't swerve. I was thinking about my kids. I was thinking about my husband. And then it was like, none of that happened. So you have to let it go. And I'm working through this journey, if you will, to really focus on the present and what matters and how to move forward and how to grow and how to evolve. And it's a transforming process, which means you have to do things differently than you normally would. And you normally would, or Danielle normally would, call the police on the ex. Danielle normally would get angry and reactionary and want revenge. I left her behind. Like, I've been stripping her down. Whatever layers I've put on over the years, I've been trying to take back off because it's not who I am. And so I think we're all doing this. We're all trying to figure out who the hell we are. And so I left those layers of Danielle behind. This Danielle wanted to demonstrate something different because I feel different and I see things differently and I'm responding to things differently. Period. I'm usually reacting to everything. I'm usually outraged by everything. And lately I'm just kind of sitting with stuff. And so instead of thinking about getting back at him or getting justice or getting him locked up or having my husband go after him, I just was like, yeah, I'm just going to forgive him. I'm just going to extend grace. I'm going to let this go. I see this as a gift because what it revealed to me was that it was 20 plus years of feelings that he's been holding. Feelings are fleeting. Feelings you're supposed to just let go. They come, you sit with them, you figure out what they're trying to tell you, you figure out what's underneath that first feeling, because it's usually more than one, and you dig around and then you let it go. He hasn't. My ex has been holding those feelings, and I know he has because it's always the same feelings whenever there's conflict, and I'm always trying a different angle. Sometimes going back to the same angle as him, just going, fine, this is who we're going to just do the same old song and dance again. Fine, I'll play along. But lately I've just been like, I don't want this. I don't want the same old shit. And so grace. Justice won't get me anything. Justice won't heal anything. Justice can't undo him choking me, him throwing me down. Justice can't undo him coming at me. Putting him behind bars is going to put his wife in a really inconvenient spot. His two little boys are going to not understand where their dad is. And my son's there now. And what does that mean for him? And how does that impact him? And how has he processed it? I mean, we don't think about things like that because we're not thinking about other people. We're thinking about ourselves. And through the course of all of this processing, after we made the report to the cops, I was like regretting it. I was like, what is this going to do to his wife? And what is this going to do to his job? And things I normally wouldn't care about. When do most people care about their exes? But for whatever reason, that's all I could think about was, what is this going to do to all of them? Well, that's not going to heal anything. That's only going to perpetuate it. It's going to perpetuate conflict and chaos and all of those feelings. And I know that he knows that what he did was wrong. He hasn't said the words to me, but when my daughter went after him, he knew he was in the wrong. And you know what? Here's the thing. That guy, 20 years ago, would have never said that. He would have either denied he did it, which is what he used to do. He denied that he ever hurt me. Or he would justify it because I did something. I provoked him. I always push his buttons is what he always says. And so he would justify it. He would never just blatantly say, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I went too far. And those are the statements he said to my daughter. And when I heard that, it's like I felt relief. I was so glad that he was admitting that he was wrong, because isn't that all we ever really want when someone hurts us? Can you say you're sorry? Can you admit that it was wrong? We don't want people to justify why they did things. We just want people to go, I fucked up. I was wrong. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Apologies and saying I'm sorry are so difficult. Everybody is just so damn self-righteous and justified for everything they do. And for a long time, I was like, I kind of had that similar mentality where I didn't have to apologize, especially when people demanded the apology, because then I was like, you're going to get a really insincere apology, and it's not going to be real. Shouldn't I want to apologize? Well, now I want to apologize in a lot of instances. There are still some instances where I'm like, I'm not apologizing, I'm not sorry. Maybe those are things that I still need to grow from, things that I need to learn from. And so I'll probably suffer some form of suffering because of it. But sometimes it's just so much easier to say you're sorry and move on, because otherwise, while he's holding on to 20 years of feelings, I'm going to start holding on to these feelings about what transpired last weekend. And how long am I going to carry that shit around with me? I don't want to. I want to let it go. And so I'm going to extend grace. And so that's my update. I have seen too many messages in my purview to not realize that that's pretty much our only option. It's my only option. If I don't extend grace, I'm not going to let something go. I'm not going to grow from it, and I won't be able to see it as a gift. And I don't want to deny myself that. So, grace, people.